automatic feeding technology has been widely spread in the last decade in Southeast Asian countries. Auto feeder helps reduce feed and labor expenses when compared to manual feeding. Auto feeder also decreases the amount of feed that is not fully consumed, results in deteriorating water, soil quality, and also shrimp health. Auto feeder dispense feed covering a circular area depend on the spreading characteristics and its position in the pond. This auto feeder applies feed in small but frequent doses, allows shrimp to catch the pellets before it reaches the pond bottom. Shrimp in all sizes are evenly fed. With long experience in aquaculture, Blue Aqua offers CS Auto Feeder, the first registered patent shrimp auto feeder manufactured in Thailand. With proven records to maximize your profits and productivity, CS Auto Feeder is providing solutions for your farm as following. Set frequency and quantity of feed by digital control. Day and night feeding system. Original feeding management software. Over 98% accuracy of feeding control. Adjustment of accuracy control for powdered or pelleted feed. 8 to 14 meters radius distribution range, widely and equally distributed. Savings on electric bills using only 50 watts. Lightweight, only 15 kilograms for ease of installation and handling. Various parts of CS Auto Feeder. CS Auto Feeder consists of 3 main areas. 1. Control box. Control time and amount of feed to let the machine work automatically according to the preset value. 2. Feeder, which contains the holding drum made from plastic or metal with lid, stores and keeps the feed. The transfer, made of 4-watt synchronous motor, releases feed from the holding drum in the set amount. The spreading motor, 36 to 41 watt feed dispenser, receives feed from the transfer and dispenses feed with speed over 2,700 rounds per minute. 3. Metal legs. Handle weight from the holding drum. Metal legs help position the machine to the desired location. Placing the CS Auto Feeder at the pond. The location of auto feeder at the pond is very important as it directly affects the efficiency of the machine and shrimp health. It is recommended to position the auto feeder at least 15 meters away from the aerators in order to avoid strong water currents and the sludge area in the pond. A single auto feeder can feed shrimp in a small pond about 3 rai with a population of 500,000 to 700,000 shrimp. Larger ponds about 5 rai or more will require multiple auto feeders. Farmers must avoid overlapping their broadcasting area. In case of very long and narrow ponds, auto feeders will be placed on the opposite end of each other. It is recommended to place the auto feeder at least 50 centimeters above the water surface to cover the required area and works at its highest efficiency. Normally, auto feeder will cover 12 to 20 meters distribution range depending on the type and the size of each machine. Not only the technique mentioned above, but the type of feed and its size are also relevant to the distribution range of the auto feeder. The larger the feed pellet is, the larger area it will cover. Moreover, shrimp farmers must also consider the feed type, whether it is crumbled or pelleted feed, the different feed sizes, length of the feed, selection of brand, how powdery it is, water solubility, etc. At initial stage of production, blind feeding is practiced as usual, while automatic feeders can be operated from the second week onwards. Generally, any day between 15 to 25 days after stocking is possible. Microcomputer System Control Panel. CS Auto Feeder is controlled by an electronic unit which hosts a microcomputer located in a panel control and integrates all feed-related information such as type, amount, time, and interval between rations. These values will be automatically determined by the microcomputer system from the total feed quantity and operating hours. Approximately during the first month, feed is distributed more frequently but in smaller rations due to shrimp feeding habits. Afterwards, an increasingly larger quantity lapse with a larger gap is distributed. As a matter of fact, most of the feeders can operate 24 hours a day. However, it is a common practice to use them 10 to 14 hours a day to allow shrimp feeding on natural food during the nighttime and to avoid night dissolved oxygen drops. Feeding efficiency, monitoring, and regulations. Feeding tray is the traditional way for monitoring shrimp feeding. It is advisable to set 2 feeding trays per each auto feeder. Each feeding tray should be placed about 15 centimeters above the pond bottom to cover the broadcasted area. The first feeding tray should be close to the auto feeder, about 1 to 2 meters away. The second one should be placed at 6 to 8 meters away from the feeder. Feed rations, time, and frequency are adjusted by using feeding tray observations as an indicator. Generally, feed ration is up or down, adjusted by 2 to 3%, depending on shrimp feeding or feeding frequency modified. Theoretical shrimp weight and survival estimations are used as additional information for a more realistic feeding adjustment. Frequently asked questions. From our discussions with shrimp farmers and customers who are interested in our CS Auto Feeder, here are frequently asked questions. Is setting auto feeder only at one location enough to make the food spread evenly throughout the pond? Shrimp usually store feed in its claws due to its eating habits and swim around. This allows all of them to eat equally. Will shrimp have the same size? All of the shrimp will be fed equally, so broken shrimp sizes will not occur. Will the bigger shrimp bully the smaller ones by having the machine all for themselves? Shrimp usually swim around once they catch the feed. They will not have an area all for themselves. How and when to check the feed tray? You can check the feed tray anytime by checking the characteristics of the leftover feed in the tray and the waste from shrimp. This information will help you adjust the amount of feed for the next meal. When is the proper time to start using the machine? The answer is 15 to 20 days after stocking the shrimp or shrimp start to swim around the pond. Can the feed with mineral supplements be used with auto feeder? Of course, but the feed must be air-dried before putting into the holding drum. What's the difference between CS auto feeder and regular auto feeders? CS auto feeder is designed especially for shrimp feeding. It contains motor that uses minimum electricity. It weighs only 15 kilograms, easy for installing and handling. CS auto feeder's control box is thoughtfully designed with high proximity. It can tell time in minutes and seconds. It can set amount of feed in grams and kilograms to provide feed with highest accuracy. CS Auto Feeder can set different rate of feed amount for daytimes and nighttimes. Moreover, you can set the CS Auto Feeder to stop at nighttime for your convenience. Using Auto Feeder helps increase shrimp growth rate and make shrimp healthier by living in the high water quality and continuously fed. CS Auto Feeder relieves shrimp stress, thus reduces risks from disease infections. CS Auto Feeder has proven to minimize feed and labor costs, thus maximize profits for your farms. The detailed information on setting the control panel will be given in the user's manual. For more information, please contact Blue Aqua International Private Company Limited through email info@blueaquaint.com, website www.blueaquaint.com, or visit our Facebook at www.facebook.com/blueaquaint.